everybody. For my under 10 demo, I decided that I'm going to show you how to create some recycled stamps out of bubble wrap. Now, I use these for my multimedia pieces and my journals to create some texture and some pattern. But I usually use just bubble wrap. This is just off an envelope from a padded envelope. But I usually use this, and then I put the paint on, I put it down, and the problem is I get more paint on my hands. And yeah, I'm really a really messy artist, but anytime I can do something to make my job a little bit easier, that's always a good thing. So I have all this bubble wrap stuff that I cut up. I went down to Joe's workshop and I stole all these blocks. Okay, there's MDF, and then there's pine here, and these are just from offcuts from studio furniture he's building me. So I have that in a box, and so I'm gonna put this aside, and I'm just gonna grab a couple of blocks. And what I thought I'd do is just kind of show you how to make a really, really nice stamp just to kind of use recycled material. So I just take the bubble wrap, and it's not rocket science, and I just cut it up into pieces. I mean, I can do whatever. I can cut it up. I can do things with it. It's nothing fancy. And what I like to do is use double-sided tape, because I can always remove the piece once it's flattened out. And I haven't had to do that yet, because there's always a nice pattern or texture on there. So I'm just using my bookbinding glue. That's it. How hard is that? And I've got another big one here. I'll just cut that. And I can actually, because I'm preparing to do a workshop called Becoming a Fontaholic, and so I might as well cut a letter out of this and just shape that out. A letter, number. Would help if I knew what I was doing, eh? That's kind of cool, but the problem is it's going to be backwards. I don't care. I love creating art that has people ask questions. Why? So it's backwards. It'll be backwards number 3 or letter M. Press it down. Okay. So what I like to do with these is that I'll hold them down like this, and I just kind of stack them on top of each other just to create a little bit of weight. And all these little cuts here, I'm going to save these. I'm not going to get rid of them. So now what I have is I've got my journal, and this is a journal that I'm going to be using for, I create pochoides of paint with our quick studies every time I do a piece of art. Well, and I always do them usually about 8 by 10, and I've accumulated so many in my closet because I don't throw out any of my studies. I've decided I'm just going to start doing everything in my journal. Now, this is a graphic journal, and the piece that I'm going to be working on next is a painting called Lioness in the Dark. And what it is, it's a lioness, and she's trying to find a, well, maybe I'll just do it on here. I'll do it on here actually. And she's in the dark, but I'm going to be doing it as like a contour painting. So I'm going to do all these different techniques. So this is a graphic one, very, very high contrast. So this is just Strathmore paper. I've binded the book myself and then just put a wash of ivory black. Now I've got my paints already out. It's just Prima acrylic, and I've got it in the corner over here, and I've got some titanium white, iridescent gold, iridescent silver. And I'm just getting my brush, and I'll just take a stamp that I've already made and just put a little bit on here. You don't want to press too hard. Ideally, the best way of doing this is to actually put it, what I do with my printing plates is just acrylic sheets with a brayer, roll the paint out, and then go into the printing plate, then to go into my surface. So there's some nice texture. And every time you use it, less and less paint comes off. So I'll use another one. I'll do this one with white. And basically you want to apply the paint very, very lightly. You don't want to push it inside all the little nooks and crannies. Oh, that's neat. Okay, and every time you use it, it'd be less and less and less. Then I can do this one. I'll do this one just silver. There we go. So that's it. I think that's pretty cool. Because when doing it the other way, I was actually having to basically do this, and then I get the paints in my fingers, and then I do this, and then I press that down, and because the pressure points are different, sometimes I end up putting too much paint, too much pressure, and that's exactly what I did here. But you know what? You know what the beauty is of acrylic paint? If you don't like it, you can just cover it up. And then what I'll do is with this, is that because this is too much, I can actually just distress this. A little bit of water. Then from there, I can just go back. I could actually even put some more black on there or put some silver, and I can just go right over top. How cool is that? So there you go. A really, really easy way to take bubble wrap, recycle it into something that's easy to use on a little block. You can use cardboard, really, really thick cardboard, little blocks, whatever you have, and create yourself something that's kind of funky and fun to use.